Good morning, y'all. This is Carl. I'm back. Carl and Dawn's Homestead, way down south, Mississippi. Anyway, I enjoy doing these videos. I enjoy coming out here and moving to the homestead. My career lasted a very long time in Louisiana, and then I always knew I wanted to move from big city to country life when I retired, and I did. So after retiring from Louisiana in 2012, we decided to move, shop around for property and move out here and settle for the rest of our lives. Well, I'm very happy with my property. I'm very happy with what I chose to do. I think I made the right decision. The serenity out here is remarkable. I mean, all you do is peace and quiet, you know. Behind me, probably a couple of 100 yards or so, is the roadway, and not very much traveled. My nearest neighbor's down the road some. But anyway, I had a couple of things on my mind today, and I wanted to talk to you about. And one is what I did to myself when I moved out here. And we bought this place late 2013, and February 2014, everything was done. We were ready to move in, and we moved in and we settled. The end of 2000, we did a little bit of traveling in 2014 to go different parts of the world and travel to see family, children, whatnot, and we did it. But I knew I wanted to start my homestead. So let me tell you what happened to me in January 2015. It was January 3rd, 2015. I was working on my chicken coop, and which is right behind the barn here. Actually, it's attached to the barn. And there was an old piece of rusty metal, probably 6.5 feet off the ground. I'm 6'2", probably 6.5 feet off the ground. So I got a step ladder and got up onto about the third or fourth, well, probably about the third step. My wife was holding the ladder for me, and I'm trying to take this rusty nail out of this piece of rusty metal. And the reason for me wanting to do that is because I needed to use that spot to put a 2x4 so I can put a wall up there. And that's what the bracket was originally intended for, but over years of just sitting there by the previous owners, nobody did anything with it. The nail actually rusted into that piece of metal, and it was kind of fused in there, and I could not get it out. So yanking on it, pulling on it, wouldn't come out. I got my hammer and I started tapping on a nail. Needless to say, after about the fourth or fifth tap, the head of the nail broke off and blinded me instantly in my left eye. It was just that quick, and I was instantly blind. I couldn't see nothing. All I could see was like a white, kind of like looking through broken, shattered glass, but I could not see nothing. Everything beyond the glass was white. There was nothing. I can close my right eye, couldn't see, open my left eye, couldn't see my wife, could not see nothing. I was blind. And tell my wife immediately. I get down up off the ladder. She grabs me a towel, and I said, bring me to the hospital. And she said, sit down, let me look at it. I said, no, just bring me to the hospital. I'm blind. And went to the hospital, local hospital, 20 miles from here. She drove me. And they looked at me immediately, of course, and there's nothing we can do for you. So they went shopping around for hospitals with specialists and eye injuries of that serious. So they found one in Louisiana at Oshner Hospital and told me I can go there or further north up in Jackson, Mississippi. I said, well, I'm from Louisiana, let me go, that's where my children are. And they transported me there, of course, and I got there 8 o'clock at night, maybe not quite that late, but it was close to it, and I had a team of doctors already waiting. That to me was amazing. I was just impressed with that. Anyway, the doctor comes in, and my body and my son's there, daughter's there, and my wife. And I asked the doctor, will I ever be able to see again out of that left eye? And he said, I don't know. We don't know. He looks at it and he says, you need surgery now. So they brought me up to surgery. Just about 10:30 that night. Team of doctors, I've already seen about 4 since I've gotten there. And went to surgery. About 1:30 in the morning, I was on my way home. Of course, we had to drive back every morning after that for a long time. Anyway, at the end of the next morning, I go to my doctor, my transplant doctor, and very nice doctor out of Oshner, and she tells me that 3 days from then, they were going to do a cornea transplant to try and see if they can get me some sight back in my eye. Got to remember, I had 18 stitches in my eyeball, and I said, okay. So 3 days after seeing her, which would be the 4th day after the injury, after the accident, I went to Oshner Hospital, had my cornea transplant. I don't know how long it lasted, but anyway, felt when I woke up, I had no way of knowing, but anyway, I was told it lasted 3 or 4 hours. And after they patched me up and did what they had to do, I came back home with a patch on my eye, and said the next day I could take the patch off. Well, and I did the next day, but of course, every day after that, we had to drive back and forth to Louisiana from here, which created a big hardship on us, a few mileage on my vehicle. And we had to drive back, and we did. Anyway, the next day I took the patch off, and I was able to see what I couldn't see before. And I was able to see the daylight, but I was not able to make out faces. I can see my wife's figure standing there. Couldn't tell who she was, but I knew it was her, but it was just one of those things. And kept going back to the doctor, back and forth for the next 8 months, almost every day. And as time went on, it went to every other day, then once a week, no more than that. Anyway, 8 months later, they decide, okay, it's time to see ophthalmologist who was going to fit me with a lens. I have no lens in my eye now at this point. And he did, and it was amazing. I got back to 20/25 and fitted me with a contact, and started wearing a contact once it came in addition to glasses. But the left side is just plain glass. The right side is for, reading and whatnot. And doctor got me back to 20/25, which to me was amazing. But since then, it's kind of decreased a little bit, and I'm still dealing with it. Doctor told me from the beginning it's going to be a long road, very long road, and she was right. And now I'm set to go back to the doctor to get another lens for my left eye because it went from 20/25 to 20/45, and now I just don't wear the lens at all because they kind of like milk up, or whatever you want to call it, where you can't see after wearing it for a couple of hours. So I've got to go back to them for that and get that done. Anyway, and you guys, homestead, no homestead, cutting grass, weed eating, no matter what you do, wear eye protection. Wear eye protection. My doctor told me you have one good eye left, make sure you take care of that eye. And everything I do around here, I do with glasses. Of course, now I have to wear glasses, but had I been wearing some type of eye safety, glasses, goggles, whatever, we wouldn't be having this talk right now. And the frightening time in my life, not knowing what tomorrow would bring, if I would ever be able to see again. My wife pulled me through that, God bless her. And it was very emotional for me, not knowing. You know, I went through a whole career, I'm not going to say scratch-free, but I went through a whole career in law enforcement, 35 years, with no major incidents, life-threatening incidents, and I come home to retire, and I hurt myself. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you, and by no means, look, is this going to stop me? I've always been a man. If I fall, I'm going to get back up, and I'm going to do what I have to do in life. I do just that. I do what I love to do. I'm here. Didn't scare me away. Didn't put me on a couch for the rest of my life. I am still here. I'm still moving around. I'm still doing what every normal American does, every normal person does, and I can do anything I want to, from building, putting up fence, to I just do it differently. I just wear eye protection and some type of protection. I always wear protection on my hands too, but especially your eyes. Protect your eyes. And I just wanted to share that with you, you know. But I fell, but I got back up, and I guess that's what I'm saying to everybody. Everybody's going to fall at one point in their life. Hopefully nothing tragic like this happens to anybody, but I know it does. And if you fall, get back up. Don't let it put you down. My wife pulled me through this, and I'm happy in my life, and I'm happy with the sight I do have. At least I can see. And actually I have my left eye is blue, right eye is green. A lot of people joke about that, and I can even joke about it now, but I don't care if it's purple. I can see. I'm not totally blind. Y'all have a blessed day. Have a good day. Thank you for watching my videos and commenting on my life. You know, I don't do everything right, but I tell you what I do, I do to satisfy me and my family. And I love my family dearly, you know, my children, all of my children, grandchildren. And they mean everything to me, and I want to be around as long as I can, so I'm going to take care of myself and do what I have to do. But again, thank you guys. Thank you for watching. God bless.